What shafts are they, Sam? Half shafts?
Half shaft, yeah.
It's got some half shafts out of whatever wagons they are. Just annealing them.
Probably like little 7.5 tonners or something.
Yeah, we can't get through them with the bandsaw blades, even cobalt teeth blades. Just aren't touching them, so we're just throwing them in a fire to anneal them. And then I'll get them in the bandsaw and attempt to cut them up. This has been burning for a few hours now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
It's like a van's worth of firewood in it. You can just see the shaft top there, one of them. Shaft. So yeah, hopefully.
What, it is hot, that.
Yeah, so you can see it down there.
Yeah.
The embers. I think with charcoal, the max temp you can get with charcoal is 1300 degrees. I think, effectively, yeah.
So I guess that's ideal, really, for the whole annealing job.
Yeah. But it definitely worked with that other little piece I had. I stuck it in the gas forge.
Yeah.
And it just got it to like a light, like a dull red, you know what I mean? Like a really dull glow. And it just, the saws just went through it dead easy. It definitely had an effect, because I tried cutting it before and it wouldn't touch it. It was like literally, the blade was just bouncing on it.
Check that out. This has got a plug of mud in the end of it, this bar, I think. That fire's that hot, there's water in it. It's boiling it in the mini steam engine.
We got a steam stick.
That's all we can afford.
Yeah, that's all we can afford, unfortunately, yeah. Okay, so it's fully burnt out now. It's just the shaft that's left. Still a lot of heat coming off these though. So I'll probably leave them till later tonight, dig them out, and then cut them when I'm next day. Should have done the trick. I might say cutting one tonight, or today even. Just been finishing up some axes, so we'll see how we go.
They're doing it.
Yeah, because it's just scrap, isn't it? So there we go, it's cutting through. This was the hardened shaft that the blade wouldn't touch it at all. And it's sailing through, that's good. Which end was it? This end it was in? This end was in the fire.
Right
is this to torque the longest shaft then?
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, because it wasn't even completely in the fire then.
I thought, well, let's go and get the biggest one out and see.
That's brilliant, yeah, so I can all be hacked up now into hammer blanks or axe blanks.
It's amazing that it's scaled up there at the bottom.
Yeah. Focus. See the carb rising on that. Cool. Okay, so we've got those shafts cut. Well, some of them. I'm going to carry on cutting the rest of them today. I've cut 2 little sample pieces here. And I'm going to heat these, supposedly EN19. So I'm going to follow the process for heat treating EN19 steel. And I've got, 1 second. Right, so I purchased a digital thermometer. So basically, 16.9. What I'll be able to do is accurately gauge the temperatures of these in the forge for quenching, and follow the procedure for, if it is EN19, we'll know if I get an accurate hardness from them, and I'll be able to check with the files, because this is obviously for a friend who he's got a ruck of it and he wants it. It's pointless doing all of it if it's no good, if it's not going to harden. He wants it for hammers and dies and axe heads, so I'll be able to work that out properly as well. But yeah, it's a pretty nifty little gun. It's cold. Maybe, yeah. Should be interesting to see what temperature the forge can get to as well when it's been running for a bit. So yeah, I'll do a little review on this. Okay, so it recommends for year 19 to slowly heat it up to 860 to 890 degrees C and then quench. So I don't know whether this is going to be warming. I'll put it on the outskirts as far away as possible. Just letting them slowly warm up, and then I'll hit them with the digital thermometer until we get to where we want to be, and then I'll quench it and see what it comes out like, the hardness. So I'll try and get this footage for you guys. Okay, I'm going to take them out now and just hit them with the digital thermometer and see what temperature we're at. Quite interesting to see for the colour as well, going by eye. 809, so we're nearly there. I'll try the other one. Now that's quite interesting because I've been going to a much brighter colour. 837. It's almost there. I'm just going to turn the lights off so you get a better indication. It's really pull the door to as well. I want to try and familiarise myself with the colour. So in future, you know, I don't necessarily need to use the digital thermometer as much as it's more accurate. I do enjoy the traditional techniques. You know, I'm really a big fan of. I'm sure, like most of you are probably watching this, if you've got an interest in blacksmithing and forging, I love the traditional Japanese techniques, like forming in the tamahagami, breaking steel from the iron sand. They have a really simple technique. I think it's for the tempering. So, don't quote me. I think it's obviously with the water. It's either 100 degrees. If you drop the water, they drop water onto the blade when they're tempering, when they're warming it on the, you know, the coals. When the water hits it, if it instantly effectively bubbles and runs off as if it boils, you're 100 degrees, and then obviously they'll quench it again and set the temper. I think it's really interesting. Alright, let's try it again. It's getting there. 904. Okay, so we're a little over there. With it being such a thin piece, it's obviously rapidly cooling as much as it is heating up. $7.55. $8.90, so that's bang on. It's quenching. This says oil hardening, so that'll be interesting to see what it comes out like. Let's see what the grain looks like. I'm tempted to do this one in water just for. 92. Okay, I'm going to keep the water cool on this side, so that's definitely hardened. So maybe it's not EM19. Find out. Mystery steels, eh, guys? This is not something I'll be using again. This is for a friend. It's a lot of stock that he had, and we're doing a trade. I'm trading him a church window anvil that needs a bit of repair, so that'll be another video for you guys. And he's had this stock for about, I don't know, between 5 or 7 years. He's never done anything with it, but he wants to use it. So it'll be interesting. That's what that fire was. Right guys, so we're going to end the video there and we'll come back to it in a bit. Okay, after quenching them, I've just been drawing out some steel, you'll probably see in the video. So this is the piece that we quenched in water, and this is the piece that we quenched in oil. So I will just do a dot punch on them now, and then I will go get my files and see what they come out at. So far to me it's clear to see one's definitely hardened. The one that was in water, this one. Yes. That's incredible stuff. Just blunted the punch, 1 second. Okay, now the oil one. I mean, it's hardened. It's definitely hardened. Obviously the water's more intensely. Right, let me just grab my files, 1 second. Right, here we are. So these are the files I use to test my axes. You basically scratch them, and the moment they start cutting into the steel, it tells you obviously at that point where they are. The Rockwell scale, the hardness of them. It's a bit crude obviously, but it's perfectly adequate for the axes. So let's see what we're going with. Let's go straight to 65. The oil one. Okay, it's ever so slightly catching, but it's gliding over. That was the water. Let's try the oil. Yeah, it seems pretty good. So that's quite impressive. 65. Yeah, both adequate. They're both hardened. That's impressive. Right, I'll try breaking them now in the file and see what the grain structure looks like on them. And then after that, I shall stick them in the oven and temper them. Just like an hour tempering cycle, I guess. Right, bear with me, guys. Let's set the camera up again. Let's lift you up a bit so you can see a bit better. Okay, so this is the water hardened one in the device. Okay. That's a really tight structure. That's incredible. That's so uniformed. So that was the water. Let's try the oil. You'd expect this to take a bit longer to break. It doesn't seem quite as bristle. Right, we have a clear winner there. Let me get a bigger hammer. Okay. I think it's a place to say this. Much more suitable in oil. Oh God. Right, sorry guys, I blocked the view. Right, bigger hammer again. Let me just swing you over. You can still see there, yeah? Right, I think it's safe to say that's not breaking. Okay. I'll take the press to snap that. It's not even begin to blend. It's to bend, sorry, begun to bend. I can't speak. This is actually a thinner piece as well, that other one. That's really impressive, isn't it? So that is going to make fantastic axes or hammers once it's tempered to the correct. Obviously have to experiment a bit with the temper. We'll find out what it recommends. I think it said once it reaches room temperature after the quench, stick it in for the temper. But yeah, he'll be happy with that. I'll have to see if I can pinch a length off him or something. Yeah, hopefully guys you found that pretty interesting. Yeah, so that's a success. Right, I'll see you in a bit guys.